recording. Alright. Stream is live. I'll go put it on the Discord. There we go. Back to digging. Holy crap, there's a lot of lead in here. Hello to everyone who's just joined my stream. Just working on digging out the pit for our city. Why is there always a server restart right after I start streaming? Oh, come back
Yeah,
one.
I think this keyboard will work. I just grabbed a different one. Well, I think the only problem with this keyboard is that it does the same thing, but it just like double types stuff. So as long as I don't type anything, I don't think it matters.
Hmm. Someday I want to get a nice mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, I've been. Which model this is? I usually stick with Logitech stuff, but I was using like a G625 or 620 or something like that wireless keyboard, and it's been really good. It's just
I got bad experiences with wireless stuff. I don't trust it.
yeah. I've been typically trying to stay away from it, but it's what I have as a backup just in case. It's not the greatest, but you know, it does its job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of our saguaro cactuses are slowly growing.
I was worried we were going to end up building into sandstone, but it looks like the sandstone is just a pocket.
Oh, because you wanted it to color-wise be different.
Yeah, I don't really want to be living inside sandstone. I'd rather the shale. I think a few other people also would have preferred the shale. But it does look like shale is the main stone type. There's just like a pocket of sandstone here.
Gotcha.
Also, there's a crap ton of lead in this area. Like, I've gotten a lot of lead ore just from digging this pit.
Yeah, there's a lot of lead everywhere in this area.
Yeah. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It means we'll have plenty of lead for bullets.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
And we would have gunpowder now. We just need sulfur.
All right, now the land is fully flattened. Any more buildings over there? All I need now is a metric ass ton of andesite
Oh, andesite?
to yeah, to make stone paths.
Andesite's fairly common. And if you...
Yeah, no, I just gotta go mine it, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to dig down anything too much. And I'm pretty sure I have all of the surface stuff for the most part good to go. It's just I have to kind of make it look more natural rather than a gaping giant drop besides our pit.
Oh, yeah. But, andesite tends to show up underneath granite. So if you can find that...
Yeah. Oh, I have a spot. All you have to do is go down that one little pit under the storage.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's got claystone, some lime, granite, perodite, and then
You know what?
andesite. Huh.
You got back just in time for the restart.
Mm, I'm excited. Do you see how much crap we have in this pantry?
No, I haven't even looked in the pantry over there yet.
So I did kind of a makeshift shelf for now. I'll chisel it later, but it has a clay vessel on the bottom and a clay vessel on
Hello.
top, and I'm gonna label it to where it's like turnips in one spot, etc., etc.
Mm.
So I have turnips, carrots, and parsnips completely filling both of these clay vessels. But then I have even more stuff in crate.
Yeah, you know what? Last time I checked the cellar back at your original place, that's also
Yeah,
stuffed.
yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't think we need any
Um,
food anymore.
Earlier, Iron decided he was gonna make pies. I think they were turnip pies.
Yeah, I saw some in the pantry over here. Got 160 angled sails.
Yep, should be enough for four windmills.
Good. Well, they're over here in the pantry where I put them because I didn't have space anywhere else.
Oh.
But yeah, we have 872 onions.
All right.
Uh, some carrots. We have we have over 2,000 parsnips. Same with sunflower, same with flax.
We need to get more people so all the food you're making is actually getting eaten.
Well, I don't think everybody's on enough to go through that.
That's also why I said we need more people.
Yeah, it seems like the second we came over here, their activity just dropped.
It was already dropping, and I don't care what game it is or what group it is. It's whenever you switch servers, it's always hard on the group.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay. But, I don't know. I think things will pick up with enough time, especially if, like, we are staying active. And if we get more people gradually coming in, that'll also help.
Yeah, I try to get on as much as I can.
At the very least, I know I plan on sticking around on this server as long as the server is still fun to play on. Or until like I'm able to just afford to make my own Civ server, which probably be a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the looks of me lingering on their server, Shadow Realm server, I don't see any indication that things are going to change in the slightest.
No.
Like, they're running story events and crap, which, fine, I'm sure that needs testing too, but...
Which goes against what another thing they said was for Season 3. They weren't going to do story events anymore. They were going to set it up so the story POIs would just regenerate after so much time. So people can just go and do the story like normal.
Yeah, well, I don't know if, like, they're just doing events right now for the beta. I don't know if, like, if they're just testing to make sure that it resets or something. I have no idea.
I don't know. I know week 2 was supposed to be for, like, the resetting it. Not resetting it. Week 2 was supposed to be for events. I do know that.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
But still, the whole story POIs weren't supposed to be an event anymore. Because if they're doing it as an event, that means they're changing it from what it's normally supposed to be. Instead of just leaving it for people to go do it, like they said.
Yeah, Resonance Archives Dungeon Raid.
This is server restart. 1 minute, okay. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, they're doing RA Dungeon Raid today.
That's nice. See, on this server and a lot of other servers, we can just go and do the event, or not the POI when we want to go do it. We'll have to wait for an event. I don't know. Me personally, it always felt like they were trying to control more than they had to or should have on the server. Like with some of the stuff they wanted to do for current new currency, they didn't want to just let the economy naturally evolve. They want to try to force their idea of an economy, which in the end doesn't work.
Well, the fact that they gave that announcement of what they wanted Season 3 to be and what it's looking like right now, there's nowhere near... I don't even think they're even close to what they originally wanted it to be.
No.
Because, like, to me, I feel like, okay, if it was going to be survival, hunger rate should have been... Like, I could see spoilage being dropped a little bit, so it's not like everything expires in 2 days in-game.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I feel like hunger rate should have been a little bit higher than vanilla. They should have added the hydration mod, which I don't even know if they're doing that anymore.
Probably not, because people are going to...
And I would have made... I would have made the spawn rates for shit, like, a lot harsher.
Which is something that they were supposedly going to do, but I think it was just bullshitting.
Yeah, because, like, you know, if food really mattered... I mean, okay, if they leave you don't drop your crap on death, like, fine, but, like, put something else in place of it.
Yeah.
But then it's like, yeah, the coin thing, like, why are you guys making a global currency when you should just let everybody make their own currency and you can just decide the value of it over time?
Which is how economy works.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't just,
even if they did it like this server, you know, just have Rusty Gears be the main currency and then Temporal Gears just, you know, give it a use besides, you know, spawn.
Well, it's like even in real life, they don't just assign a value to that currency. It's based off of the average of what people feel it's worth most of the time, or like what all you can get with that amount, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it used to be based off of gold, but they got rid of that standard. But yeah, it's just ideally the value of the currency should be based off of how easy it is to get the materials used to make it, how much of it there is a circulation, and just what people feel is a valid exchange for their goods and services. And after a while, it will kind of average out.
Yeah, because then, to me, it's like, okay, so they set a global currency. How are we obtaining this currency? Are we allowed to make our own currency? Or our own version of your shit?
The only way you can get the currency, supposedly, is by completing their quests. And the higher up in the leaderboard you get, the more quests you can do to get more money.
So basically, you just have... So then what do you pay for goods then? Like, between different guilds? Like, are you going to pay their currency, or are you just bartering?
Whatever the fuck you want, because they can't enforce that.
Yeah, their system sounds fucking stupid.
Now, if they want to do, like, a special currency for, like the admin shop, okay. But
that makes more sense.
But they should have still left the players to make their own currencies for each of their settlements. Because in the end, you don't have to worry about the value of that currency being no good, It's up to the person making that to make sure it doesn't get to that point. That comes down to your civilization having a good banking system and managing how much gets minted. And if it goes belly up and it's not worth anything, it doesn't affect the rest of the server. It just affects your civilization and anyone who decided to back your coin.
Yep. Yeah, because like you're just going to basically be making people. You're forcing people to do your quest system to get any currency, and then what happens when the more active people are just stupidly rich, or your questing system doesn't work.
And that's why I feel like they're trying to force too much. Like I like what Worm Online did. They didn't. Then everything in that game was player driven, including the economy, and the value of of the silver coins on the server you're playing on, completely just came down to the players and how they're trading and interacting with each other. And when the quests and stuff, they weren't from the admins. They were people in settlements like, hey, we need this. We don't want to do this. And people could go and pick up the job to go get paid from them.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it naturally evolved.
If I need like one crate of sticks or something, I can offer whatever I have as the reward, and then people can just accept or not accept it.
Yeah, and with Worm Online, a game where trading with other people is very important, making connections is very important, and the same with any Civ server that's going to be trading focused. You want it to be player driven, because the players going and setting up their own quests and stuff, where people can get paid for doing jobs, helps make connections between people so they can trade later on once they get established. It's like my early days on Worm Online. Like I was doing the blacksmithing, but I wasn't nowhere near the level to be able to make that high enough quality stuff to actually have people actually want to come to me to buy stuff. But I had a little cart, and I would load it up with stuff like nails and other little simple metal bits, and would go around to the people that needed large supply of stuff like nails. And that paid for my premium on the server, and it helped me make connections, so when I was actually high enough level to make decent stuff, I was getting orders, like high dollar orders for the parts and stuff I was making. Because I had those connections already made from just going around helping people. Like there's trying to have any kind of Civ server and active trading and stuff. It's a very, very delicate system that you can't really force. You just kind of have to put the things in place to let people naturally develop their economy, and try to help nudge them in the right direction if things start going bad. But other than that, not get involved. If that makes sense. But, nah. Yeah, I really think Shadowgrounds is going about it in a really, really backwards way for what they're trying to supposedly trying to do.
Oh, hey, my key actually works now. Yeah, I get what you were saying. Sorry, my keyboard's kind of like dying right now.
It's like the kind of like Civ server I want to do. I never will actually do it. Like I would have the coinage mod. Not going to force people to do it any way or one way. It's just I'll leave it to whatever civilization is for them to make their currency, and see how the different civilizations exchange their currencies.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely should be 100% up to the players.
Yeah. Because what's going to happen with their force system, if it ends up being where it's not worth the effort to go do their questing to get the coins apart from the admin shop, people are just going to trade with whatever the fuck they have. They'll go use gold nuggets instead of coins. Since the rusty gears aren't going to really be that much of a thing. Gold and silver nuggets. There's in season 2, there was already people using gold and silver nuggets for trading. Because they didn't like rusty gears and they wouldn't let us. They basically were just teasing us with the coin mod because they let you craft everything from it, but had the one part that actually meant everything disabled.
I feel like they're power tripping.
Yeah.
Like they tease things to us, but then at the end of the day, they want the control over everybody.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of apparent from their whole thing, where you're supposed to be like, you're not your own civilization. You're supposed to. You're just a guild under the control of their main kingdom. Their main kingdom that doesn't even get built and evolve as the server goes on. It's just there and empty with no one in it.
Yeah, so they're trying to impose rules into the game that don't do anything.
They want a Civ server, but they're breaking all the rules that make Civ simulations actually work. Oh, cool! My game crashed.
I mean, at this point, I feel like everything that they're doing is basically catering to people that don't have time to play half the time.
No, they're catering to like the 10 people that scream at them.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, it's any good Civ server should just trade should just naturally evolve as from a need to get something that you don't have.
Yeah.
And I was annoyed when I found out they're just spawning the currency in on Shadow ROMs. Like it's not because I got the chance to talk with a few different people from their treasury guild, and yeah, they the coins are going to be made out of a cheap resource that no one cares about, and it's just going to get spawned in.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of their ideas are going to massively backfire in the long run.
Yeah. And when you do that, it defeats any real value the player might have associated with that coin. Because there's no work put into it. There's no... Like, it didn't actually come from anywhere. It was just spawned in. And it's a cheap material. Like, there's a reason why, like, almost every civilization use copper, silver, gold, stuff like that for their coins. Because those materials had actual value in everyday life.
Yep, can't melt down the crap they're giving us.
Yeah.
Like hot mic and this thing. When I load up Vintage Story, it always does the not responding crap sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, my keyboard's not perfect, but fuck it. Yeah, so I started lightly decorating my home,
Okay.
and then I realized I didn't chisel the archways, so I got to redo it all. But then I don't know. I was gonna put a fireplace in, and then kind of do like a, I'm not gonna put a chimney to the actual surface, but I wanted to make it look like it was.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. It's not bad. It kind of looks like a pizza oven. I just have to chisel it a little bit to make it look more rounded, like a used oven / fireplace. I was kind of thinking of doing it where I have it. So I'm gonna probably make my own cooking pots. So I'll switch to an innkeeper at some point and just like upgrade my own personal ones, and then actually, if we have the material, probably upgrade the copper to tin or whatever's next level, or just push it all the way to iron since we have a lot of iron right now. But no, I was gonna chisel design it to look like a soot, kind of dirty soot looking inner part of the fire. Or something. I don't know.
If you want to make the iron cooking pots, I say go for it.
Well, I just don't know if we have enough of the other materials.
Probably.
Let's see. So the next step up is bismuth, it looks like. So we would need, we have 3 copper ones. We would need 3 bismuth bronze plates.
Does it have to be bismuth bronze?
Yeah, sadly. Iron's different though. Iron needs a plate or iron rod and then leather. But once you get the leather, I mean, you can make 12 portions. Then the next step above that's meteoric, which is 16. Steel's 20. Oh, well, okay. So
Gold's
steel's
24.
Yeah, and gold's 24. Gold's gonna be, I don't know, an iffy upgrade. Like if we have the extra to actually do it or not. I'm not really worried about going all the way to gold. I honestly think iron is pretty damn good. I mean, hell, how many servers run just like the basic cooking pot and we deal with it, So
yeah.
At this point, whatever. It's all just added bonus shit. What's all these? Oh, it's all shale rocks. God damn.
Just thinking. But if I were to try to get something together for a Civ server, I wonder if my one friend will be willing to host it. Because I've hosted servers before. Something I should ask them about.
Still got about 25 days until the Purple Heart and the Ebony grow. Make another pickaxe. Yeah, I definitely think it'll be nice to get to the point where we don't have to have this other outpost.
Yeah.
So I'd like to break it down slowly and repurpose it all, but we need to get a storage in place before we even really do that.
Yeah. It shouldn't be too much longer before we can start, like, digging out the courtyard.
Yeah. Has Corey said anything to you lately, or is he been MIA?
I haven't heard from anything from them or Hobbs.
Yeah. Unless they just said that they were going to join us, came over here, and then just, like, decided not to.
I mean, they both said they're gonna, like, hop back and forth and decide, but I was expecting them to be on more than what they have been.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, you know, it's their game.
Yeah.
Whatever keeps their enjoyment up. Honestly, even if our group disbanded and Shadow Realm was going to be everything they promised, I still wouldn't play with their group. Like, some of their players, sure. But
Oh, you're talking about from Drakengard?
yeah. Kristen and Ren just put a sour taste in my mouth. Well, and plus I think I'm vastly more knowledgeable at how to play this game than they are, and I don't want to carry their asses.
I don't foresee Shadow Realm redeeming itself. I don't really plan on going back to it either.
Honestly, another server will probably come up that's better than theirs, and they'll lose players to it. Or they'll just lose all their really good groups, and they'll just be left with people that barely play.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the EU split is going to be a big thing on their end, I think. Because they're going to probably realize...
That was really dumb that they were doing
Yeah.
that. They don't have the player base to do that.
If they had a consistent, like, oh, we have a 100-player server, we can't get on it because all the US players are on it. Oh, okay, so we're going to start an EU server so all the EU players that are stuck in queue all the time can play. Then boom, like, fine, that makes sense because you have an overabundance of EU players.
The only two times they have maxed out their player cap was for the Thanksgiving event on Season 2 and for a little, like, right at the start of the beta.
Yeah.
Those are the only times.
You can tell it's died off a lot.
Yeah.
Because everything I've been seeing them ping about has been nothing special. They don't even give an update on how shit's going either. They just kind of just update randomly.
Yeah. Whereas at least on this server, whenever they change anything, they like almost immediately give an update on it. And when they say the server's not going to be down for a few minutes, it is only down for a few minutes, not hours.
Honestly, think they're just figuring it out on the fly.
No, they are.
All these are planted.
Which is fine, it's just they're not managing it very well.
No. Alright. Do I want to
There's also the
chisel?
issue of they shouldn't have started the beta test to all their mods that they had planned for Season 3 was ready to be tested.
Yep. Yeah, they keep claiming that they're going to be in there next, but I don't know when that's going to be. Alright, so I got my main living area done. Only problem is, there's a thing of peat right at my ceiling.
But, yeah.
I don't know, I'm kind of contemplating, do I want to do an open design, or do I want to have doors? I feel like that should be fine, because as a Timberborn, I can make a freaking assload of paper lanterns for us. Speaking of, when did I do the chisel? So the server reverted back to the old way of doing the chisel thing, or chisel, charsel? Yeah, charsel, that's the word. So they had a bot doing it before.
That's part of the whole thing with that person that left the team.
Oh, he's the one that did it?
Yeah, it was part of his patches he did.
Gotcha.
A lot of stuff got, like, reverted / removed from the server because of his 2 patches that got removed.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that was patched through his mod. So, don't be surprised if you find other things that don't work the same as they used to. That cool.
Huh?
Not saying it's gonna happen or when it would happen, but if, like, my friend is up to hosting a server and I start to try to piece together a Civ server, would you be interested in helping with designing it?
I mean, with what little time I have, I can.
Yeah, that's fine. Just figured to bring it up. Seemed like both me and you had a similar idea for Civ, what makes a good Civ server.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing, obviously, I'm pretty sure neither of us are really capable of doing is modding stuff. I mean, we can tweak things maybe, but that's probably
I mean, I've done
about it.
I've done just on editing before in other games, and that's most mods for this game that aren't adding like brand spanking new like mechanics.
Yeah.
It's just on editing. Like all these class mod that adds all these different classes, just on editing. There's no actual code. It's just renaming and rearranging already existing mechanics. And from my understanding, the just on editing part's well documented for this game.
Fair. Let's see. I'm thinking we do an open floor design. And I'm going to have a 3-block wide.
But that's also where if like we get together what we want to do, and if it ends up taking off, there's no telling, we might end up finding someone that wants to join the team that can code.
Yeah.
And that's how all these other servers did it. Most of these servers started off with just one guy, and then they acquired more people.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is like, if we want to do it where it's, see, and this is the thing I'm kind of like I don't want to be a hardcore survival server, but I also don't want to be Shadowrun.
Yeah, no,
So I feel like semi-hardcore, or even just slightly like under that, to where it's not overly brutally punishing, but it's like, it's a challenge.
And that's what I like about games too. Where, like, I like the difficulty, but not to where it's not fun.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if it was me making a server personally, I would have it where, you know, it's challenging. Yes, you can play solo and still succeed, but I also feel like, based on the servers, or well, the story and all that, I would almost make it to where it was like set right when, or not set, but like the rifts and like all that crap were like getting more unstable or something. So like that's where you get like tons of shit spawning all the time. Like, not in the sense that like, oh my god, it's overwhelming, I can't even go outside, but like, you better bring a weapon because you're probably gonna have to fight something.
I mean, I like some of the aspects of the Rustbound mod, where it basically gave you, it wasn't constant threat, but it gave you like waves of attacks that would get worse if you didn't like clean up the bad shit around you.
Like, don't be lazy about it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Because the way the Rustbound worked is you had the spawners that would get evolved more and more time, and slowly spread, and that would increase spawn rates. But if you go and clear them out and keep them from getting to like the outer stage, it was mostly just normal. I mean, I always thought that was cool. So basically, just it made it for those who don't want to actually, like, it made for those who are lazy about the combat get worse combat.
Yeah.
But even without that, like, just having to, like, more stuff spawns underground or something. I feel like underground should be dangerous.
Yeah. Well, I definitely, so like, turning off rifts would be fine with me, because I feel like they're just unnecessary.
And I agree with that too. I just find them annoying.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if we, like, so, like, say, hypothetically, like, we disabled, like, stuff from spawning on the surface, but we had it where, like, things will spawn, like, if you do not have lights going.
Yeah.
I find that appropriate, because if you go down into a cave or anything, you need light, because that's where they thrive. So I feel like,
yeah, it's also,
nighttime should be dangerous.
the underground tends to be more unstable too, so it makes sense for things spawning down there more.
Yep. Not really sure. Let's see. Trying to think of how I want to do this without going too far to the west in terms of building. So I want to build like a small little forge in my place.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do it without going too far away from the farm.
And I know, like,
because at one point I want to claim the farm area.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think people are going to really rob us, because, like, the server's been going for so long.
Yeah. I was gonna say is another thing, like, at least I would like to see in a Civ server would just be like, have it like early Industrial Revolution or something, being like, that's your late game.
Yeah.
So like the mods add like basic electricity or like the steam engines. So you can basically get like the Victorian era. I think they had basic electricity in the Victorian era. I think that's when it was first starting to really exist in Britain.
trying to think. I'm not sure. Let's Google it.
I know Britain had electricity well before we did in the U.S. And actually, you know what? You know that mod that adds like the car?
Yeah.
There's a good chance that was modded in without any coding too.
Really? Wow.
Because
maybe just
it uses the
reworking it.
It uses Jaunt as the core mod, which is what all like most of the animal mods use. So all the movement and animation and everything, it's just coming from that core mod, more than likely. But even without that, you can still add in one of those that car mod without any real coding, just because of you basically using the same mechanics for the elk or the boat, but for the car. They were even talking about it on the mod page, where it's like they just, because that car wasn't supposed to go backwards, they just set backwards movement speed to 0 and made it so the animation stops playing when you try going backwards. And they made it so the swim speed was just 0. It's all just on editing. Which means, say like if we did have like early Industrial Revolution as like the late game on the Civ server, it wouldn't be that hard for me to just model up some cars that fit the era and theme of the game, and then just put it in with just on editing. Because you would basically just be taking the code from the already existing mount and just slapping it onto it with some tweaks.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably mess around with some stuff. I don't know if I'd be like full-blown coding stuff, but yeah. I could mess with tweaking files and things. I mean, I'm sure I could figure out modding too. It's just...
I mean, that is modding. It's just the lowest form of modding.
Which is fine.
I mean, like, I know somewhat how to use Blender. Like, I'm not too bad doing, like, low poly stuff in it. And if it's just sound editing, then, like, doesn't matter if I don't know how to code in C#. I've modded it with that before, like, Door Fortress. I made my own content mods for that. That was all just...
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was all just on editing. Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Every mod for that game is just on editing. Or at least nearly every mod. Yeah. Door Fortress was confusing at first to try to mod, until you kind of figured out their system, and then it was easy. It made like once you understood how it worked, it made a lot of sense for why it worked that way. But from an outside viewer, it looks like a garbled mess.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it just hearing how it was made and stuff sounds confusing.
The guy who made it didn't know how to code, and when you look at in the files for the game, the game's basically just a hodgepodge of different coding languages mashed together into their own thing.
I mean, whatever worked.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, modding in new races to that game, it's really simple. It's just copying text file from one of other races and putting a new title on it, and then just adjusting the different like trait tokens as you want.
Okay.
As long as you have the different text files linked together the way they're supposed to be, for the most part, it just works. Even their like entire like every race has its own language. Even that's really easy to mod in. It's just a text file with all the languages in it, and each one has a header. And you just put the header for like the name for that language, and then the English to your language translation underneath.
Yeah.
And then just link that to whatever race you modded in, or even an existing one.
Oh. That doesn't sound too hard.
Yeah, everything's just text files and certain keywords linking text files together.
Yeah, I thought about doing a Hellhammer thing in my play. I don't even think I want to do that. It's like, what's the point when I can just run to the main ford?
Yeah.
Plus, I don't want to have to build a windmill, and then it's going to stick out of the ground. Unless I underground build it, but then you have to do wind chutes to get wind to go in there. It's a headache. I've done it before. When I played on Age of Seraph, I did that underground evil cult layer. I mean, I was by myself. I was going to eventually bring other people in, but I didn't. But no, everything was underground completely. All the trees that I grew, the farm, everything. And I figured out how to get it to all function somehow.
Yeah. Ooh. So you want to know something else that makes doing modding easier for this game?
What?
There's actually someone who made and is maintaining a Blender add-on that gives you features in Blender to streamline making models for this game and animating them.
Oh. So you could, like, really make, like, unique stuff.
Yeah. It basically takes out all the guesswork and some of the knowledge and just, like, lets you automate some things where it just works, and then you can export it, and it just works for the game. There's other games that have had that too. It's like Space Engineers has one, and it gives you all the tools needed for like properly setting up the blocks and animating them and the different stages. There's a game called Archene that just started adding modding support. They also have a Blender add-on that and that one's official, but it basically it just automates the whole process of you can click on a piece and be like, I want this to be a low voltage electric connection, and it just automatically sets up that particular like object to be that thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
To where, like, when you export it and put it in the game just automatically knows, okay, this is supposed to be this. So you don't actually have to, like, do any back-end coding or anything. It just does it for you. Which, from the little bit I saw the add-on for this game, it does basically the same thing. It just helps to streamline, like, setting up the animations, and so everything just is already set up for how this game does models. Which, from what I've seen, this game's actually fairly lax on what you can and can't do for models. Like Minecraft, you can't make models in Blender without a whole bunch of hoopla.
Really?
No, there's special editors for block games like Minecraft. Blockbench is one of them.
So they basically just want to lock everybody down to what they want.
Yes and no. It's part of it's just the way it's coded. This one, yeah, it's a block game, but the way entities and stuff are, they kind of have their own follow more of a traditional, like, 3D model system. They just made 3D models look blocky, but they're still just normal 3D models. Whereas for Minecraft, it's more of 3D pixel art. And because of that, you're a lot more limited on how you can do things. Like, for instance, there's a reason why there's no actual, like, bending joints on creatures in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Because to have the bending joints, you basically need to make a bunch of separate blocks and then have them all animated, and the way they're tracked is also kind of weird. Whereas this game just uses more or less a traditional animation skeleton. So I'll be right back. I gotta run the bathroom.
Go.
I have returned. You know what else I've noticed? There's a lot of in the pit.
What?
Flint. Like, I think I've gotten like flint. I think I've gotten like 3 stacks of flint just from digging this pit. know what?
What?
Now I'm thinking about it, after like talking to you about the whole thing with like that add one and
Mm-hmm.
sound files and stuff. That remember like the other day I was talking about how it'd be cool to have like little steam powered motorcycles.
Yeah.
I could actually add that. I could probably add that in without much trouble. Because it would just in the back end, the first game would be considered as a horse. It's just a horse that doesn't need to eat. But
True.
mechanic wise, it would just be running off the same code that the horses use. I mean, that's basically how that the kart ride mod works too. As far as the game's concerned, it's no different than like the boat. I think even the boat, at least originally, was running off the same code as the horse. Not horse, elk. I don't know. I think later or tomorrow I'm gonna go poke around and Blender with that on. I'm curious now.
There. I am a Timberborn.
Nice. So if they don't have the bot no more, does that mean like an admin has to actually come here and do the thing for you?
Yep.
Wonder if they're gonna question the giant pit.
Doubtful.
I don't know. I would. I'd at least be curious.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, curious, but I don't think they would care.
Oh, I don't think so either. I just meant like the curious part about them questioning it. You know what I was just thinking too? Remember like the other day how you brought up something about like having like planes and like a first server that got up to like early World War One?
Yeah.
I bet that can be done purely in Doosan files too.
Probably. From the sounds of it, I mean, most of the game's mods are just Dishonfa.
Yeah, unless they're adding a new game mechanic, they can be. And there's already a flying entity in the game, the giant bird boss. So they already have at least some support for flying entities in the base game. You know what? I'm gonna get done getting this part level, and then I'm gonna go poke around Thunder a little bit.
No.
I'll still be in VC though. But my curiosity is piqued. I don't know if I can wait till tomorrow to go poke around how that stuff works.
Well, I'll be here doing stuff.
I guess what I did find out, at least back
What?
when I was still like a leader on Shadowrun, and this could just take it with a grain of salt. It was coming from Scotty. Supposedly, a lot of these newer mods coming out are like 60% done with AI.
Oh.
Apparently, that's part of why they were having data corruption issues back in Season 2, was some of the mods they had tried on there they were supposedly done with AI and had really, really, really bad, like, garbage collection systems.
Well, I guess, you know, can't trust AI.
Now, I don't know if that was just them using it as a scapegoat or not, but it also wouldn't surprise me.
I really hope it snows, like, absolute a nightmare, so I can just call off work tomorrow.
I don't know about where you're at, but we're supposed to get a lot of snow here in Maryland.
Yeah, I'm in Ohio.
I know it's definitely cold enough for snow here, but as whether or not we actually get snow, I'll believe it when we see it. Like, every year, they start a panic of, oh my god, we're gonna get buried alive, and then, like, nothing happens.
That's how I feel about this state. Like, so I grew up in Minnesota, so I'm used to the snow. And everybody's like, oh, we're gonna have such a bad winter this year. And I'm like, you guys have gotten, like, 6 inches of snow total in this area. Like, my parents were -17 without wind chill yesterday. Like, tell me more how this is a winter.
There's been multiple years in a row here where they claimed it was going to be a blizzard and we didn't get any snow. Apart from, like, maybe a little bit of flurries. They don't do much for, like, making you want to trust the weather reports.
Yeah, I don't blame it.
Fuck, there's half the time the pressure I get in my head's more reliable than the weather reporting for the local area. It pissed my uncle off so many different times. So it's like, it's gonna rain in like an hour. And you start yelling at me, he's like, no, I checked 5 different weather reports, and none of them said it's supposed to rain today. It's like, well, it's gonna rain in about an hour. And you know what? It rained in an hour.
That must just irk him.
Yep. He gets... Like, he would get red in the face. He was so pissed off about it. It was now apart from just being pretty good at like looking up at the sky and getting an idea of what the weather's doing and just paying attention to like the minute changes. I also get a lot of pressure in my head like a day before like we're gonna get bad weather.
Yeah, normally I can like kind of smell when the weather's gonna go.
See, I can't really smell because I got messed up sinuses, but instead I get pressure in my head and get migraines. Like I was in Oklahoma for a little while when stormy season came in. Like every other week, I was like so sick that just existing was painful. But yeah, just in general, I hate when the weather changes a lot.
Yeah, usually I can tell right away when it's shitty out, like cold or rainy or something, because my right knee always goes fucking achy.
Mm. And even more lead ore. I don't think we're ever gonna have to worry about lead.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, we keep finding it everywhere.
I was not even finding it everywhere, just in the pit alone. I think I've mined like 5, 6 different large deposits of it. Like I didn't realize lead like showed up in such like bountiful amounts this close to the surface.
Yeah, I mean, when I was going through the desert, I was finding it almost like everywhere. Which, at that point, I just stopped caring.
Yeah. Normally I wouldn't care about it, but it being used in bullets does make it useful. That and leveling.
Yeah.
You know what the only annoying thing is? Like if I tried to mod in vehicles, just using Jasana editing, I don't think I can make them actually cost fuel to run. Not without like coding in new game mechanics. So I don't think there's anything in the game right now that makes like entities actually need to consume something other than for like breeding. But I could make it theme-wise. I could make it fit in with the already existing technology for like the Jonas parts. And then it would make sense it not costing fuel because it's running on, well, the temporal technology.
Yeah, I suppose if you could mod in fuel, right? And say like we don't have like oil or something as like a resource that we could use. I feel like you could do it where like you could mod in like a power fuel source or whatever with temporal gears or something.
Yeah, or aquavitae. Just have that be the fuel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, booze.
Yeah. Basically,
just maybe like if you put like X amount of booze, like say you have to fill it with 10 liters of booze or whatever to make it powered.
Yeah.
And somehow can figure out a way to like, you know, like when it's on or moving, it burns X rate, so that then you could potentially have it as like a spoilage rate, but it only applies if it's moving or something.
True. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that might be a way of doing it with at least minimum coding. Because like, you can already put bags and stuff on entities or storage containers. So like that should all be just be done with the design editing. So you can just basically make a gas tank component that's just a container, and then you can make it so it only holds either solid fuel or only holds aquavitae or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point it's just figuring out how to make it so it slowly deletes it if you're doing something. I don't think there's, with the design editing, I don't think there's any limit on what you can and can't mix and match for, like, already existing game mechanics. As long as it's just already existing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's something like coal, you might be able to, like, simulate the container on the vehicle just acting as, like, a campfire almost. I don't think there's anything in the base game that like actively consumes liquid though.
I need more oak. Debarked oak.
Alright. I got this thing flat. Now I'm gonna go poke around on the wiki. And end my stream for the night.